Hey there, CPO here, and it's time for another project with the old wheelies here. And for this one, this comes off, this goes on. So you're probably like me and you've seen a lot of YouTube videos on how to remove the front fender on a JK. And you see these very dramatic moments where people rip them off and they're like, that's how you remove a JK fender. Well, that's true, but there is some work you have to do first. Alright, so we're on the driver's side front fender. So way up here in the front, that's number one. So we've got another one a little bit about a little less than halfway back. Then this one, back a little bit further. And then right up in here is a little hole. There's actually another bolt up inside that hole. There's one right here. And then you've got, that's a total of 6 bolts you have to undo, okay? 6. Now we also need to make sure we unplug our side light here. And there's a little connector you can undo. There's also one of these you'll want to remove. You can either cut it or pull it like I did. Once you've done that, now you can do the fun part. This is the part everybody loves, which is essentially ripping it off the vehicle. Now there's some clips that are going to break, and that's kind of the whole point. They're just going to break away, so it sounds horrible, but it's okay. Alright, there is the fenderless JK, and you'll have these plastic clips that you'll just need to remove, but just make sure you get all those clips out. Looks like I only have 2 left, and then this guy right here. Then what we'll do, I'm going to replace the fender liner on mine. So we will remove the fender liner from this fender and cut it to fit. Alright, so the way I found to get these clips off, the easiest way is just to reach back behind and compress the clip and then just pull it out. Just like that. Alright, before I even worry about the inner fender liner, I'm going to go ahead and install the actual fender flare. And I just set it on this shelf here, and then I will get my hardware. So for each connection point, you're going to use one of these little bolts, 2 washers, and then a lock nut. So the easiest ones I found to start with is this one and this one. They're just easier to get to. So washer on the bolt, through, washer, and then your nut. And I'm just loosely putting it on there to hold it in place. Next one I'm going to do is this one right here. Alright, then I'm going to move to this bottom one here, but it's a little bit tighter to get to, so you have to be careful you don't drop the hardware back behind here. Keeping everything loose is key. Now these are pretty challenging to get to as well. There's just not a lot of room. So the trick here is to slip the nut into a 1/2 inch box end on a wrench, and then you can kind of line it up using the wrench. And again, keep everything nice and loose. As we move forward, they get easy to get to again. There we go. So all of my holes lined up fine. Now I'm going to go through and tighten everything down with a ratchet. Be right back. Alright, so that driver's side front is on. Here's how it looks. There's the stock passenger side and the Smittybilt driver's side. Oh yeah, I'm asking for trouble now. I gotta say, it went on really easy. So the way I did the bolt pattern, I started with this one here, went to the front, went to the back corner. and then sort of worked my way around, you know, almost alternating back and forth. And I think it worked out really well. Good solid fit, didn't have to drill, didn't have to do anything really, just tightened it all down. As you can see, dramatically changes the look of the JK. I guess I better go get that passenger side one done. One last look at the factory. Then over here to the Smittybilt. And I will do those liners, but I'll do them later. They don't have to be done at the time of the install. Unplug your light. There we go. There is the finished look of the fronts, minus the liners. Alright, so one thing we need to do, or I guess it's optional, what I'm going to do is get my side marker light out of here. And I'm just basically breaking off this one clip. There we go. We'll take this and put it back inside the fender well. Yes, and it can go right there. Let's do that. I'm just going to leave this clip in place for now. I don't know if I'm going to need it again. There we go. This is where you just have to get creative. Then I'm going to take this, plug it back in, and then I will just zip tie those. There's some other existing wires back up in here. I'll just tuck them back up in there. There we go. Yeah, that'll do.